What are you? What is that?
Okay, no, I think that's just a tree. No. Oh, you again. Okay. Nope. What's this guy's problem? Oh.
The idea was straightforward. Spend one quiet night camping alone in a Danish forest before heading back to work the next day. For Sophie, the creator of Outdoor Girl Sophie, it felt like an easy escape. Just a short train ride from home, some fresh air, and a single peaceful evening among the trees. She picked a small nearby forest, usually busy in summer but calm enough on a rainy weekday to feel private. Even though the rain poured for much of the afternoon, Sophie stayed committed, carrying on with her plan despite being soaked from the knees down. As the rain slowed, she wandered through the open woods searching for a campsite.
Hi, I'm Sophie. Today I'm on a solo camping trip in a forest in Denmark. It's raining a lot. Hopefully it clears up before I have to set up my tent. I hope you will join my adventure. So today it's actually a weekday, which means that I have to go to work tomorrow early in the morning. So today I'm at a forest area close to my home, which means that it's a quite small area and a lot of people here in the summertime. But with this rain, I'm hoping that I will have it a bit more to myself. I can already see now that this forest is very open.
While Denmark does allow wild camping in certain places, this forest felt off. Paths cut through the trees, tire tracks scarred the mud, and the faint hum of cars reminded her civilization wasn't far away. She finally settled on a small clearing tucked behind some trees. It felt private enough, at least compared to other spots she'd seen. But only a few steps away, she noticed a rough fire pit and signs that others had camped there before.
I just walked like 10 meters from where I put down my bag, and there is this open spot where it looks as if someone has made like a fireplace up here. So I'm not the only one trying to escape all the people. This is a very nice spot. So I'm gonna get my bag from right over here, and then I'm gonna stay here. It's so heavy. Oh my god. Look at this giant tree that has fallen. It's so big.
Even here, true solitude was hard to find. For a while, everything felt normal again. She cooked a simple meal and walked the area casually. But the atmosphere shifted once more when loud music echoed through the forest. Somewhere nearby, a group had started a party. Then, out of nowhere, 5 men on bikes tore down a trail close to her camp, shouting and laughing as they went past. The moment wasn't threatening. No words exchanged, no aggression, but it was unsettling. The sense of being truly alone vanished instantly. A quiet unease began to grow.
Now I just need to find a suitable stick for my new table. Should be possible. Maybe it has to be a little bit thicker than this one. Yeah, just when I thought I was alone, There are 5 guys driving through on their bikes, screaming and giving me a big shock. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here and cook dinner and maybe camp. I don't know. We'll see.
She tried to keep to her routine, but the discomfort only worsened. The thought of falling asleep in a thin tent while strangers roamed nearby became too much. Even though she knew, logically, that nothing would likely happen, the tension was enough to change her mind. She carefully packed her gear and started the walk back toward the station.
So, now should be the time where I put up the tent and get ready for the night. I don't know. I don't think I feel like staying here for the night. Like, I can hear loud music in the distance, and I can hear cars very close by. Oh, no, there is a guy biking right here. Yeah, I think I need to pack up and then just go home in my bed.
Her night didn't end under the stars by a fire, but with a calm train ride home and the comfort of her own bed. This wasn't a dramatic story. No crime, no threat, just the fragile weight of vulnerability. What it showed, though, is how easily solitude can break. A sound in the distance, a group riding past, or even a glance in the wrong place. Those little moments can unravel even the most careful plans, especially when you're alone. Sophie wasn't scared of people. But fear doesn't always mean danger. It's often about being exposed. In a world where wild places shrink and quiet is rare, how safe are we really when we're technically alone, but never fully unseen? Posted July 5th, 2025, this installment of Dee's Dark Adventures is different from the channel's typical ghost hunts and camping expeditions. Famous for raw, unscripted live streams and immersive overnight probes, the channel usually plunges into eerie territory. But that night felt off. The setting, a remote stand of woods, had everything needed for a chilling encounter. What happened would soon rank among the most unsettling episodes in the channel's run. Dee entered the woods ready. Several light sources, motion-sensitive gear, and an open mindset. She wasn't there to provoke, only to record and attempt contact with any lingering energies in the dark. Yet soon after she began,
I had to change my light again. Fuck. They keep training my lights. They were quiet. And then that whistle. I'm freaking out, guys. I can't do this. Something's wrong. They're everywhere. They're all on each side of me. And those damn things. What? It's not dogs. If it's coyotes, I've never heard of them before. They're freaking me out, dude. Hello? Hello? Oh my god, dude. What is happening? Something's wrong, dude.
the environment shifted in ways even veteran paranormal viewers found unusual. It began subtly. Her lights started failing for no clear reason, despite fresh batteries and careful checks. As she tinkered with equipment, the forest became oppressively still. No animals, no wind, just a silence pierced only by faint rustling beyond her flashlight's beam. Then the whistles arrived. Not a single sound, but multiple whistles from various directions. They weren't random. They sounded human, or at least like something mimicking human noise. As the calls circled, she fought to stay composed, speaking softly and even singing lullabies to steady herself. That's when the gear responded. Motion-triggered balls illuminated, first erratically, then in clear sequences. Dee fought to stay logical, but the timing was hard to dismiss.
I can keep singing if you want me to keep singing. Touch that ball.
again. Thank you. Okay, I'll sing again. Okay, what's a different one? Let's see. Oh God, I know all kinds of nursery rhymes. Why can't I think of one right now? Guys, help me out here. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. I've had it. Dude, no. No. Dude, it's doing it again. Thank you. Do you like that? Did you guys hear the guy screaming again?
The devices reacted to her voice, to her songs, and sometimes to her silence, as if something unseen was answering. And then the scream came. Somewhere in the trees, a deep guttural scream ripped through the night. It wasn't an animal, and it wasn't a prank. It was raw, loud, and nearby. The scream repeated, and panic crept into her tone. She debated leaving, but remained long enough to capture what happened next. She recorded everything she could, hands trembling as she narrated the events into her camera, documenting each odd cue and every unexplained sound.
Shut up. I'm going live. I can't go live. Shit's bad in here.
At one point, she saw a shadow at the tree line. It stayed still, just hovered. When she aimed her light at it, it vanished. Her infrared camera glitched, her flashlight dimmed, and only the motion-activated balls kept responding to seemingly deliberate cues. What followed was chaos. Increased movement, more shadows, and the oppressive sense of being encircled. She later described a black mass with a pale face floating near the ground, and another form peeking from behind a tree. Her lights faltered. Her voice shook. Finally, she chose to end the stream. The decision came after several minutes of growing terror, and a clear sense that lingering might be unsafe.
Look at that thing to the left. Right there. What is that? Why is it dimming? Don't do that. What are you? What is that? It's blurring. Movement around me. Stop. Okay. There's something peeking right there around the corner. And there's something flat on the ground that's black with a white face. I'm not watching behind me. Sorry guys, I'm moving you over. I didn't mean to. That. What is that? Oh, please work. My light won't. It's moved. And then there's a thing looking around the corner there. I don't like it. That's a dark shadow, dude.
Dee packed up and left the woods, shaken and gasping. Whatever occurred that night went beyond a routine ghost hunt. It crossed into something intimate and potentially dangerous. What started as cataloging unexplained activity quickly became a survival situation. Paranormal or psychological, the events displayed a disturbingly intelligent pattern. Devices answering speech, noises imitating human behavior, and shadowy figures appearing just out of reach. Some will say fear exaggerated perception. Others insist she confronted something that did more than want to be seen. It sought control. Either way, Dee's ordeal is a warning. Venture deeper into the unknown and you increase the chance something watches you back. She exited the forest, but the thing out there didn't need to follow. Because sometimes, what hides in the dark isn't waiting for you to find it. It has already found you right now. Angelo, the creator behind the well-known YouTube channel Exploring with Angelo, is no stranger to unsettling places. From cursed woods to deserted hospitals, his videos regularly dive into the unknown. But in this 2025 upload, he tries something different. Randonautica, a cryptic app said to send users to odd, sometimes unexplainable locations based on their chosen intent. Curious about what it might reveal, Angelo sets out alone into the forest at night, flashlight in hand, expecting nothing more than a strange but harmless adventure. What he encounters instead is far more unnerving.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Randonautica adventure. I haven't done this for a couple of days, been working on some other stuff, and for those of you that don't know what Randonautica is, it is this crazy app that takes you on nutso adventures. You find some weird stuff, strange things sometimes, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. Can also be kind of scary. Anyways, it uses sort of like a quantum physics. You use an intent and it brings you to a point on your map, and sometimes there are things actually related to your intent.
Almost as soon as he steps into the trees, the atmosphere shifts. The air feels heavier, and an uneasy tension creeps in, as if he isn't alone. At first, he shrugs it off, but then, among the trees, a figure appears.
Somebody's like out there, or that's kind of weird. Heard something. Thought I heard something over here too. Oh, what the f? Hi? Can I help you? Okay, that's creepy. What are you doing?
A hooded man stands motionless in the dark, half hidden in shadow, saying nothing, just watching.
Okay, this is really weird. What the hell? Why are you just standing there? Okay, this is getting really weird. Hello? Okay. Why is he just standing there? Yeah, I don't know what your problem is, but... What the f...
Angelo tries speaking, but gets no reply. He presses on, unsettled but hopeful it was nothing more than chance.
Okay, he just like motioned towards me. Where the hell is he going? Okay, are you kidding me right now? Sorry for all the swearing, guys, but like... Can I see him in the camera? Well, he's leaving. Okay, that was weird. Yeah. I'm gonna avoid going in that direction. I don't know what to make of that, but let's just hope they left. What the hell was that all about? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who the hell that guy was and why he was just standing there. It's like he was watching me. Okay, that was weird. Okay, I'm gonna just continue on. I think he's gone at this point, because that was just weird. Alright, Halton Hills, what is your deal with the weirdos? What the hell? What the heck?
Deeper in the woods, he finds something bizarre. A brightly painted skull partly buried in the dirt. Before he can react, movement nearby catches his ear. I don't know what this is. It looks like there's definitely something on it. I thought I heard something. What the hell? It's like some lights out there. Probably a house or something. There are like houses on one side of this. The sound is deliberate. Looking up, he sees the same figure again.
Kind of creepy, but... Okay. Well, let's just hope that dude is completely gone, because... What the f... Okay, no, I think that's just a tree. No, 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 no. Oh, you again. What the? Okay. Okay. Nope. Nope. What's this guy's problem? Oh, he's coming. Okay. That's creepy. Oh. Yo, what is this dude's problem? Yo, stay, stay. No. Okay, okay. What the? What the?
This time closer, and moving. First, the stranger appears across the path. Then, only seconds later, he surfaces from another direction. Silent, almost like he's trying not to be noticed. Angelo realizes this isn't coincidence. He's being followed.
Are you kidding me right now? What? Okay, I think he's gone.
Panic sets in. Angelo breaks into a run, sprinting through the trees. Every snap of a branch sounds like pursuit. Every flicker of darkness feels alive. His flashlight trembles in his grip as he races toward his car, lungs burning, fear rising. He reaches the vehicle, slams the door shut, locks it, and speeds away, leaving both the woods and the figure behind. Many brush Randonautica off as a novelty app, but moments like this raise real concerns. Was the figure just chance, or someone waiting for explorers the app might lure? As the app's popularity spreads, so too does the risk of real-world threats behind the thrill of curiosity. In the end, Angelo got away unharmed. But one question lingers. Was the app leading him to something strange, or leading something strange to him? When you head out on a solo journey into the wilderness, you anticipate peace, quiet surroundings, maybe the occasional harmless animal. But for the creator of the Cascade Tracker channel, what began as a standard camping trip quickly turned into a tense and nerve-wracking fight to stay safe. Far into the backcountry, he was preparing to sleep under the stars when an uninvited guest appeared.
So, the bear sighting, my main concern is that he doesn't come back here. You know, it's gonna be dark soon. I'll be in this flimsy tent. Okay, so my very best protection, and I don't even know if it would work or not, would be squirting out this ethanol as a flame. Okay, so I'm gonna prepare that with a lighter and this bottle inside. Second, my camera here has a light on it, so I can have a light if I need it. And I put the fully charged battery in the camera. And other than that, my backpack was hanging on this motorcycle. And so now it's gonna be in here with me, because bear could easily grab that and take off into the woods if it smelled like some food or something, you know. And that's all I can do. I walked over there because I didn't hear it go very far into the forest. Well, I saw him run, and then he went up left onto the hillside and was snorting.
A black bear wandered directly into his sight, forcing him into a moment where instinct and quick thinking became his only defense.
Come on. I'm not leaving. Get out of here. Dude, I'm not gonna leave. Go away. I can make noise too. Go on. I knew it. Listening to me from right over there. And he's just somewhere up on this slope. Come on! He's a feisty one. I need a fire. I'm gonna make a fire. I can't do this. It's gonna get late and dark and he's gonna be around. He's still up there. I didn't hear him leave. It's probably gonna be a long night. Here's one thing.
As he worked on setting up his tent, movement caught his eye. A black bear, uncomfortably close. With dusk approaching and only a thin sheet of nylon between them, he started bracing for the worst.
My zone, bigger and badder, and kind of a blockade of firewood here. I know he's still up there.
He built a makeshift deterrent using ethanol and a lighter, ready to spark it if necessary. His motorcycle and backpack, which could attract the bear, were moved inside the tent. Even after loud attempts to scare it off, the bear lingered. It stayed just out of sight, pacing along the slope above camp, grunting and showing no real fear. Knowing help was miles away, the man surrounded his fire with logs and stacked extra branches as crude weapons. Darkness only raised the tension. The sound of movement in the trees returned again and again. Even when the bear wasn't visible, its presence was clear. He stayed on alert for hours, scanning the woods with his headlamp and listening for every sound. The fire was his only comfort, along with the motorcycle helmet he kept close inside the tent, just in case. Eventually, during the night, the heavy footsteps faded. Whether the bear had lost interest or had been discouraged by fire and noise, it finally left.
I'm looking forward to that coffee. The bear didn't come back last night. And I took every precaution I could to protect myself in case he did. I think the smartest thing for me was that I brought my helmet into my tent to put it on in case he attacked. I think mostly the guy was curious. You know, this is probably a familiar place for him, and not too many people come back here. I didn't see well, I did see animal signs farther down the road, looked like old bobcat poop. Nothing else. No deer signs, no bear signs, no big cat signs. So what I did was just centered myself around this fire for 2 or 3 hours and just listened. Listened to see if this guy's still around and moving about. I heard 2 sounds. First one up this way, pretty far back, a good 50 yards, maybe even more. And then another sound this way.
This wasn't just chance. The man believed the bear knew the area well. Perhaps it had entered camps before. It wasn't overly aggressive, but it was bold. In places with little human activity, animals often act more curious, even territorial. It's possible the bear linked the camp with food, especially if scraps had been left by others before. The campers' choice to remain visible, make noise, and keep a fire going might have been exactly what prevented danger. By morning, the forest was quiet again. But the long night was a sharp reminder of how quickly calm can turn into crisis. Alone, relying only on his gear and instincts, he managed to walk away unharmed. Would you have stayed through the night? Or packed up and left as soon as the danger appeared? The next unsettling account comes from Sarah Shamblin, a solo female van lifer journeying across the United States with her dog, Toby. Her channel highlights the realities of road life, mixing van builds, off-grid living, and reflective quiet moments. On September 17, 2023, Sarah camped alone in a remote spot. What began as a calm evening of self-care soon turned unnerving. She was settling in for the night, watching a show inside her van, whitening her teeth, and enjoying the solitude that solo camping can bring. Everything felt normal, until the glare of headlights cut through the darkness behind her van. Two strangers had parked directly behind her.
I actually want to be a little more efficient with my time, so I am also going to whiten my teeth. I haven't done this in a while, and I think I'm overdue. I got this at my dentist. It came with my insurance when I had insurance, so. Oh, it didn't come with my insurance, I'm sorry. But I got a really good discount because of my insurance. Anyway, it's this stuff, and then these are molded to my teeth. And you can keep it in your mouth for up to 4 hours. I'm not gonna do that. I kept the instructions. 1. That's 2. Cool. These last a really long time too. I have 3 of them and I'm still working on the first one. I'm looking up at the camera thing. Wow, I don't even know what it's called. So this stuff hurts. Sorry, I officially have a lisp. So you don't want to put it on open wounds. I'm going around that. It is an open wound. And now we wait. I'm gonna continue watching Pretty Little Liars. I'll be right back.
Attempting to take part of her campsite. Though the site was clearly meant for one person, they didn't seem concerned. Sarah kept her composure. She stepped outside, told them it was a single-use site, and explained she wasn't comfortable with them staying. They argued briefly, insisting it wasn't a big deal, and even claimed they had shared spaces before.
Somebody just parked behind me. Hey guys. Sorry, my dog's not very friendly. This is a single campsite. Are you planning on camping here? Yeah. I mean, this is site 2. I mean, were you guys all friends? Okay, my dog isn't friendly. Like, he's growling right now, so I mean, it's up to you, I guess, but I'd feel more comfortable if I was alone. Okay. Okay, they're leaving. Oh my goodness. I can pull the Toby's not friendly card, and I love that he does growl. They're gone now. She said, I'm not sure if you heard this part. Sorry, the lisp. Well, we don't really like dogs anyway, so we'll just keep going. I don't even think she meant that, because no one doesn't like dogs. You like dogs. I know you like dogs. You like unfriendly dogs. That's fair. But like, also, you just wanted the power of making your own decision. And you didn't want to be kicked out by some random girl in her van. I'm gonna lock my doors. How's my list, you guys?
But it wasn't the conversation that shifted things. It was Toby. Her dog sensed the tension and started growling. Whether it was caution or intimidation, the strangers decided to leave and drove off into the night. Relieved, Sarah locked herself inside the van, reflecting quietly on what had just unfolded. Encounters like this underline a common reality of traveling alone, especially for women. It isn't always the wildlife or rough conditions that bring the greatest risk. Sometimes it's simply the unexpected arrival of other people. Camping should mean solitude, freedom, and peace. But when strangers appear late at night and ignore boundaries, that peace is broken. Was it just an awkward misunderstanding? Or would the outcome have been different without Toby? In the silence of remote wilderness, the most frightening sound can sometimes be unfamiliar voices just outside your door. This video follows a solo van life journey into the woods, part of a series of calm, minimalist escapes where the creator searches for solitude and a bond with nature. The night began normally, testing equipment, a campfire, and roasting s'mores. Everything suggested a quiet,
Guys,
There's kind of like a sketchy truck. There's at least 2 guys in there. If you can see their brake lights here, they keep like stopping and going super slow. I don't know if they're just trying to check me out and see what I got going on. Obviously I carried that like nice power station and stuff back in here, so I didn't show myself like packing back up. But I'm by myself and I do not have, you know what, to shoot. So I got some bear mace and like a knife and stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna hang out here or if I'm gonna go to a different spot tonight. I mean, I got my setup basically ready to go. Everything's back in the van. The fire's basically burnt out. So if I have to roll out of here, I just don't want them to be scoping me out and then tonight try to come in here and maybe mess with the van or try to rob me of what I got in here. So I'm just finishing up my coffee right now. I got the lights off in here just because I don't want them to be able to see in here very well, just in case they are being weird and trying to see what I got. They may be cool, maybe they're just dealing with some vehicle issues, but you never know, man. When you're out in the middle of the woods by yourself, people do weird stuff, dude. So I'm kind of laying low right now.
Uneventful evening. But the peace didn't last. While sitting by the flames, the mood shifted when a truck showed up on the dirt road nearby. It wasn't just passing through. Its movement was strange. Stopping, inching forward, then halting again. Inside were at least 2 people, their actions raising immediate suspicion. The brake lights blinked on and off as the vehicle lingered close to the campsite. With expensive gear inside the van and no clear reason for the truck's odd movements, the creator began to feel exposed. Alone in the forest and armed only with bear spray and a small knife, he decided it was safer not to take risks. The fire was left to fade, and he quietly packed up, ready to leave if things escalated. Not long after, another vehicle appeared, less threatening, yet still strange. It didn't stay, but the timing made the situation feel even more unsettling. Eventually, both cars left. The fire went out. From inside the van, shades closed. The creator reflected on the
guys,
incident.
I am in the safe van. I have all the window shades up. That was by far the most sketchy situation I've been van camping. It's kind of hard to describe, but people were going extremely slow and being really weird. The second one might have been some kids doing something they shouldn't be, but the first one was just really weird. It took him about 10 minutes to go, and I mean, he was going super slow. He was leaning out like as if he was like listening for the sound of his car or something, but I've never heard somebody go that slow, and just, especially when you're right by somebody, to be that weird. Like, wouldn't you just go down the road a little bit? So I know there was a passenger in there. I don't know if there's other people in the back. He had really tinted windows. It's just kind of weird, especially when you have a nice power station, you got some nice equipment inside your van, and you never know if somebody's trying to like scout you out, see if you have a weapon, to see what you have, or see if you're a single female or something. Thankfully I'm a male, but if I was a female, a pretty female, you never know what would happen.
Out of all his solo trips, this was the most unnerving. He described the behavior as deliberate, maybe even predatory. It felt like the strangers were checking out the van, perhaps to see if it was vulnerable or worth stealing from. Nothing occurred that night, but the unease stayed. Was he targeted? Was the appearance of both vehicles part of something organized? The timing and actions of the first truck hinted at more than simple curiosity. In the wilderness, slow, intentional movements around a lone camper rarely suggest good motives. The idea that they were scouting the site, to rob, intimidate, or worse, can't be ignored. The second car might have been random, but arriving right after only deepened suspicion. Was it all just an eerie coincidence? Or had someone noticed him earlier and come back with others? When you're isolated in the woods, far from help, even the smallest miscalculation can become deadly. And for solo travelers, especially women, encounters like this could easily end much worse.
That's it for tonight. Which moment creeped you out the most? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story? Share it with us, and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.